This is rightly said by Neil Gaiman that short stories are tiny windows into other worlds and other minds and other dreams. They are journeys you can make to the far side of the universe and still be back in time for dinner. Short stories have one benefit: they are short. And short doesn't only mean the number of words or characters. It also means the single-minded plot, and the concise form. Here are my 5 best-selling short story books you can read. I believe that the best-selling short story books list is by no means end at all. There are no doubt many others books that will add value to your life. Here I give my highest recommendations only. I encourage you to read each of these books. I've linked each book title to Amazon so you can go straight to the page and buy it. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. The Collected Short Stories by Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray, best known for his immensely popular Feluda Mysteries and the Adventures of Professor Shinku, Satyajit Ray was also one of the most skillful short story writers of his generation. Ray's short stories often explore the macabre and the supernatural, and are marked by the sharp characterization and trademark wit that distinguishes his films. This collection brings together Ray's best short story, including such timeless gems as Kagam, Indigo, Fritz, Bhutto, The Pterodactyl's Egg, Big Bill, Patul Babu, Film Star, and The Hungry Septopus, which readers of all ages will enjoy. A collection of 49 short stories. Translated from the Bengali by the author Ngopa Majumdar. Grandma's Bag of Stories. Grandma's Bag of Stories, it's a collection of 20+ illustrated short stories, traditional Indian folk tales for all ages for children of all ages by Sudha Murthy. Memories of a grandparent spinning tales around animals and mysterious characters have kept many of us rapt till date. Sudha Murthy's Grandma's Bag of Stories is simply delightful. The story starts with Anand, Krishna, Raghu, and Meena arriving at their grandparents' house in Shijaon. Overjoyed Aji get the house ready, while Aji prepares delicious snacks for children. Finally, times comes when everyone gathers around Aji, as she opens her big bag of stories. She tells stories of kings and cheats, princesses and onions, monkeys and mice and scorpions and hidden treasures. Though unlikely in combination, stories makes perfect sense when grandma is the one narrating them. This book is ideal for young children and those who are 5+ in age. Stories are accompanied by colorful illustrations and morals. Lucid and simple language of the book makes reading a pleasure. The Greatest Short Stories of Leo Tolstoy. The Russian novelist and moral philosopher Leo Tolstoy ranks as one of the world's great writers. His War and Peace has been called the greatest novel ever written. The purpose of all true creative art, he believed, is to teach. But the message in all his stories is presented with such humor that the reader hardly realizes that it is strongly didactic. The 7 parts into which this book is divided include the best-known Tolstoy stories. God Sees the Truth, But Waits, and A Prisoner in the Caucasus, which Tolstoy himself considered as his best. How Much Land Does a Man Need? Depicting the greed of a peasant for land, the most brilliantly told parable, Ivan the Fool. These are all contained in this volume. World's Greatest Short Stories. An exquisitely designed leather-bound edition compiling some of the classic short stories produced around the world between the late 18th and the early 20th century, this book comes with a ribbon bookmark, gilded edges, and beautiful end papers. Ideal to be read and treasured, it makes for a perfect addition to any library. Beginning with Washington Irving masterpiece The Legend of the Sleepy Hollow, it includes the realistic stories of Pushkin and Chekhov, the gothic spine-chillers of Edgar Allan Poe, White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Tolstoy's most celebrated story, How Much Land Does a Man Need? Bram Stoker Br. Dracula's Guest, The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant, The Slapping Sow by Arthur Conan Doyle, Rabindranath Tagore The Postmaster, The Gift of Magi by B.R.O. Henry, Tobermory by H. H. Munro, Saki, A Little Cloud from James Joyce Landmark Collection, Dubliners, The Fly by Catherine Mansfield, and Brad Scott Fitzgerald best-known story, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. 50 World's Greatest Short Stories. Dating back to the early traditions of oral storytelling, the short story has evolved through the ages from myths, legends, fairy tales, fables, parables, stories in the Ramayana and Mahabharata, tales in the Panchatantra, the adventure tales of the Odyssey, biblical stories, the Norse sagas and many others. As the Oriental tale and Gothic novel gained popularity in the latter half of the 18th century, short story began developing in Britain. And by the beginning of 19th century, it had highly evolved as a form. Beginning with the realistic stories of Pushkin and Chekhov, it includes The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant, Eve's Diary by Mark Twain, The Slapping Sow by Arthur Conan Doyle, The Fly by Catherine Mansfield, A Little Cloud by James Joyce, White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky, The Postmaster by Rabindranath Tagore and The Gift of Magi by O. Henry. So these books are my recommendations only. I encourage you to read each of these books. I've linked each book title to Amazon so you can go straight to the page and buy it. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.